Welcome to the NFL world where the NFL starts and ends. We have DJ Moore in one of those interesting spots. DJ Moore quickly went from hero to goat to villain in a very quick fashion. Moore and the Carolina Panthers were against the Atlanta Falcons, and in this game, whoever won would be first place in the NFC South with how bad that division is. Moore, in the final seconds, caught a touchdown that tied the game. All they need to do is hit an extra point and they win. Moore took his helmet off in the end zone, which was flagged and was a 15-yard penalty. So instead of the extra point being a short field goal, it was a 48-yard extra point, which the kicker for the Carolina Panthers, Eddie Pinheiro, missed. This game went to overtime, which Pinheiro missed another kick. And the Falcons kicker, Younghoe Koo, in fact, made a 41-yarder, and the Falcons are now in sole possession of the NFC South. I mean, I understand people saying, well, that's just not smart from DJ Moore. Pump the brakes a little bit. Yes, Moore is at fault. But your kicker, especially if he has two opportunities to make a kick, should in fact make the kick in regulation or in overtime. Yes, I know he missed a 48. If I remember correctly, he missed a 44 in overtime. That can't happen. That cannot happen at all. It happened. It's the reason why the Panthers are not good this year, because they make these little mistakes and they can't score points when they need to. But P.J. Walker did in fact play well. The Philadelphia Eagles have traded for Bears defensive end Robert Quinn. It was a 4th round pick of this year's draft. Take Quinn. In fact, a day or two after the trade happened, the Eagles general manager Howie Roseman, had reconstructed Quinn's contract in a way that he knocked off the final 2 years of the contract, meaning come next offseason, Quinn will be a free agent. Quinn also has 1 sack on the year, by the way. Now, there was a lot of reports asking, why didn't other teams go and do it? Why didn't the Steelers do it? Why didn't the Cowboys do it? Why didn't the Patriots do it? The Steelers didn't do it because that's not the Steelers way. They're not that way at all. The Patriots, they don't get an older guy. They don't like doing that. The Cowboys, what were the Cowboys going to do with another defensive end? Is the question we should be asking. I understand he's a good player. I understand he was a former Cowboy. What were they going to do? I want to run through the names of the defensive ends the Cowboys have. You tell me where Quinn would be in the comment section in this depth chart. DeMarcus Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, Sam Williams, Chauncey Golston, Terrell Basham. Tell me where he would be. I don't know if he would, at most, probably, in my opinion, he'd be 4th. Are we really going to pay a lot of money and give a 4th round pick away for a guy who's going to be our 4th defensive end? Because you're not going to have him in front of Dorrance Armstrong. Dorrance Armstrong has 4 or 5 sacks. And he's cheaper. And he's played better. You're not going to put him in front of Sam Williams, who's a rookie, and they're giving him the opportunity. You're not going to obviously put him in front of Tank Lawrence. Who would you put him in front of? It doesn't make any sense. Zeke Elliott of the Dallas Cowboys didn't play versus the Bears. And wasn't going to play versus the Bears. The week before, Elliott got a helmet directly on his kneecap. He had progressed through the week that it looked like he could go. Around Saturday, the decision was made to not play him, which ended up being a good thing. Let him have 2 weeks, then we'll see what happens against Green Bay. The New York Football Giants have traded former first-round pick Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs for a 2023 third-round pick and a conditional 6th-round pick, which I thought was a lot for Kadarius Toney. And a lot of people say, well, the Chiefs fleeced the Giants. Toney hasn't done a whole lot this year, and when he is, he's been okay, but he's been hurt a lot. I don't see the reason why that it would be a big deal to them. A big deal indeed, though, for the Cincinnati Bengals, as Jamar Chase, to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a hip issue, was not placed on IR. But let me tell you, not having Jamar Chase out there, you go against the Browns this week, the Battle of Ohio, and no Jamar Chase. You got T. Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd. That's a good thing. You got Hayden Hurst. That's a good thing. You got Joe Mixon. That's a good thing. Problem. Not having Jamar Chase out there is a big problem. Because he can play at least a decoy, but he's not going to be out there. It's going to be a lot harder on this offense to push the ball down the field without Jamar Chase on the field. Speaking of someone who's not going to be on the field for the remainder of the year, Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive end Shaq Barrett tears his Achilles on Thursday Night Football. He's out for the season. Was placed on IR earlier this morning. And finally, Christian McCaffrey becomes the first player since 2005 to rush for a touchdown, have a touchdown reception, and throw a touchdown since LaDainian Tomlinson, when Tomlinson was with the LA Chargers, or at the time, the San Diego Chargers, in 2005. So you go 17 years, or not 17 years, but, well, actually if you think about it, it has been 17 years. It also happened on one of the Game of the Weeks, 49ers vs. Rams, which the 49ers dominated.